So I'm just gonna give y'all some encouragement because I'm in the middle of, I just missed a goal. Yesterday I had a goal, I just missed it. So like what I'm gonna teach y'all real quick is what to do when you miss a goal. I think people get super disheartened by them. I used to not set goals because I didn't know how to set goals, especially because people have metrics that I never understood. Like, why does that matter to you? It didn't matter to me. So now I know how to set goals because I can define my own metrics and I know what I'm looking for, what I'm trying to do. Even still, I miss my goals all the time. You have to set goals so you can be pushing yourself. But a lot of times, setting goals starts really well with setting schedules. So if you set a schedule, that's just the goal. It's just to keep the schedule. I will for 2 hours a week learn about music business. I will for 3 hours a week practice writing. I will for 4 hours a week do vocal warm-ups, like whatever. I don't know what type of art you do, so I can't give. These are just random ones. I don't sing. I'm just making these things up as I go. But what do you do when you don't hit a goal? So my goals for TikTok, I was told by this like TikTok coach, whatever. I didn't hire her. I just posted a tweet and she was like joking about what if I was telling stories of my trauma in the music industry or whatever on TikTok. It was a joke and she was like, you need to do it, whatever. So I started, she was kind of coaching me. She's like, I'll help you for 30 days. I do this for a living, whatever. I just was so not consistent. But I'm trying to grow the Excellence Academy, which is my artist mentorship and coaching academy that I own. I'm trying to grow it to 100 members this year, and I currently have 20. So I figured that a backdoor promotional tactic would be to show another side of me on the internet. So on Twitter, I'm like I don't know, people have called me aggressive, and I'm not an aggressive person at all. But Twitter is more of the vocal parts of me, the parts of me that people don't expect from me because I'm super chill. And these are not just internet thoughts. If you sit next to me, I will say this shit. Like, I'm not letting people get away with anything, but I'm very chill, so people just don't get it. Yeah, so it started as a joke. I ended up on TikTok because Instagram, I don't want to be super promo. I'm a little bit like encouraging talking head videos, but I didn't super like those. They helped me grow my page for a minute, but I just prefer to be me and be free on Instagram because I don't really like Instagram that much. So I don't want to have a social strategy for it. So now TikTok, I'm a storyteller. I had a goal this year to grow in my storytelling. So one, I'm hitting one goal of growing. Two, I'm like, I can promote something that has another goal of getting to 100 members. And three, I can set a goal based off of information that somebody else has given me. Even though I haven't applied the TikTok information, I've applied it to a lot of my artists and seen growth for them. So I took back what the coach said. She said, if you post every day for 30 days, you should have 1,000 followers. I didn't. Okay, so yesterday I hit 30 days. I don't even have 100 followers, okay? This shit is not cool. I'm not happy. I didn't hit my goal. Yesterday, I think I had 72 or 76 followers. So it's not even like, oh, you have 4. No, I didn't even have a 10th of my goal, y'all. So I was pissed about that, for one. And then two, it's like, it took a lot of energy. Granted, my assistant does everything. Bless Brayden, y'all. So I will just send her a bunch of videos of me talking and she'll chop them up and I'll change occasionally sometimes. Yeah, and she chops them up. She used to put the captions on there before I realized that you could just press a button and just do the captions yourself. I thought I had to, I don't know, I didn't want to do it. So I don't want to do anything. I already spend so much time doing stuff with and for my artists. If it's for me, it's got to be kind of easy. As you see, I didn't want to do this, and it's not that hard to talk to a camera. So she made it easy, so I really had no excuse. And so now, I talk to my team about this sometimes. I just started using this term, like the holy grail of, you can reach the holy grail of momentum when you habit stack, right? So the book Atomic Habits talks about habit stacking. I haven't even gotten to that chapter. I heard Eric Thomas preach a message about habit stacking, and he said he got it from that book. I still didn't start reading that book, but you know what, whatever, that's not the point. I now have started reading the book, and I have a video about it on my TikTok. So to bring this full circle and to not end the ramble, on TikTok now, I've decided that I'm going to habit stack. I'm going to accomplish my goal of getting better at storytelling. I'm going to push myself for myself. I'm really good at pushing myself for other people, but I'm going to push myself for myself. And I'm going to work on something that I'm really passionate about, which is the Excellence Academy. And when you focus, you grow. Whatever you focus on, you grow, right? So here are my tips. When you miss a goal, when you don't hit it, the first thing that you can do is you can completely drop it, right? So a lot of times what people do is they just sit and think about it. They don't really drop it, but they just mope about the fact that they didn't hit their goal or that they lost really badly. So they're just like, whatever. You have to either completely drop it, meaning you're not spending a ton of energy on it. You could be sad, but you got to drop it and move on to something else. Or you can pivot within the thing. So completely drop. An example is that I was trying to take Spanish lessons earlier this year. I've had a goal to be bilingual since I was in high school. I can spell in Spanish and I can read in Spanish. I just can't speak in Spanish. So I'm not, and when I say I can read in Spanish, I can't even translate all the words, but I can read what the word says and I can typically have the proper accent, and then I can tell if it's the adjective or the verb, or like I know enough Spanish to know I just can't speak it. And when people talk, I need them to slow down, and I still can't get it all the way. So I was trying to take Spanish because I'm 3 years behind my goal of being fluent. So I dropped that completely. Don't really think about it. I'm like, when I have more time, I want to put that back on the shelf, but it just didn't work. It hasn't worked several times in my life. I just need a little bit more space. Okay, but the TikTok thing, I didn't completely drop it. I pivoted, and now I have to focus. So when you pivot, you have to focus. So I can't just say, okay, for another 30 days. The goal originally was to post every day for 30 days, and then once a week for the next 60 days out, right? And you should, by that time, be hitting anywhere between the 5 and 10,000 at 90 days, right? So I'm thinking, if there's 5,000 people following me, they like my storytelling, they look into me a little bit more. If I hit a 1% conversion rate, that means just from TikTok, I would get 50 more people to join the Excellence Academy. I have 20 now. That will put me at 70. I'd only be 30 away from my goal by just posting for about 90 days. It didn't work that way. So now my thought process is, how can I get to where I need to go? Well, I was already committed to 90 days. Now I'm going to go harder for 90 days. I'm going to post every day now. I figured out a rhythm. I don't super love it, but we're going to figure it out. So, oh shit, that's crazy. I'm wearing a shirt that TikTok gave me when I went to Music Biz in Nashville. So yeah, you either can completely drop something. Don't keep moping. Just drop it. Pick up something else and start. Or you can pivot, but when you pivot, you got to focus. You can't pivot to a new idea and give it the same amount of energy that you did on the thing you just failed on, because it could be an energy thing. So like you didn't have enough energy to put into it, enough time, whatever. So when you pivot, you have to give it more time, more focus. That's my tips. It's been 5 minutes or 10 minutes now. So thanks, y'all. I hope this was helpful. Check me out soon.